and the prayers are well grafted in the petition. The second petition came from Inspector Danladi Kwampu, dated the 19th day of May 2025. Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues, Mr. Danladi is complaining about non-compliance of court order. Mr. Danladi is staff of Nigerian correctional prisoners, but he had an incident that took him to court, and he won. But the agencies have refused to reinstate him. In the light of this, Mr. Speaker, I seek your leave to lay this petition for legislative action.
Please go ahead and lay a petition. Honorable Ifanyi.
Our dear Speaker, the People's Speaker, my honorable colleagues, I stand before you this morning. My name is Honorable Ambassador Peter Ifanyi Uzokwe. I still have the good authority of the people of Nnewi North, the Japanese capital of Nigeria, Nnewi South, and the Ekusigo Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I come from Anambra State. Mr. Speaker, I have two petitions with me here. One is a story that touches the heart from Mr. Chukwuodioba. Mr. Chukwuodioba is petitioning this house for the wrongful retirement and non-payment of benefit of his late father, Emmanuel Ejidike Oba. He said he is the son of Mr. Emmanuel Oba, who substituted his father, late Emmanuel Oba, in the appeal court. The background of the case was that the father was a staff of Federal Polytechnic, Oko. Oko is in Anambra State. And he was wrongfully retired. And they said Mr. Emmanuel Oba went to National Industrial Court of Nigeria via suit. He wrote the suit number here and won.
You don't need to give us the details.
Yes.
So summarize
the institution went to appeal court and lost. Up till now, they have not paid all the costs and even the retirement benefit of the father. And is praying to this house to compel the authority of Federal Polytechnic Oko to pay the entitlement of the father. Mr. Speaker, the second one is from Unubi Town Development Town Union. Unubi is Nnewi North South. Nnewi South Federal Constituency. They are petitioning against the ICC construction company on the shady job they are doing along Nnewi, Amichi, Ekulumiri, Unubi, Oga, and Okiwe Federal Highway. Not long ago, I petitioned this house about what happened at Ugwapatiozu. So that road stretched to Okiwe. They are petitioning this house against the IC company that is being awarded the contract. They are doing a very shallow and untidy job there. So they are asking the house to compel the construction company to go back and take a look on what they are doing there. I take your leave, Mr. Speaker, and the leave of the house to lay the two petitions.
Please go ahead. Any more petitions? All the petitions are referred to the Committee on Public Petitions for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, I have three motions coming from different members, and they all deem them necessary and urgent for your consideration. And I start with the motion that will be moved by Honorable Namdi Izechi. Honorable Izechi, if you are around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Your Excellency, honorable colleagues. Namdi Izechi is my name, and I represent Ndoko Kwani Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Delta State. Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 8, Rule 5, to enable me move this very important motion of urgent public importance titled Urgent Need to Investigate Impending Health Crisis in the Healthcare System in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, and the need for immediate intervention and upgrade of health facilities in FCT. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Any seconder to the first leg of the motion? Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, our speaking speaker. My name is Honorable Attorney Matthew Nwogu. I speak for the people of Abombise, Ngobala Federal Constituency. My dear Speaker, I am from Imo State. Mr. Speaker, I stand to second the motion ably moved by my colleague, Mr. Namte. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Second leg of the motion, Honorable Ibikake.
The Right Honorable Speaker, dear colleagues, I remain Representative Marie Enenimete Ibikake, representing the wonderful, peace-loving people of Brass Nembe Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Bayelsa State. I rise to second the second leg of the motion moved by my colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Izechi, please proceed with your debate.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, Nnamdi Izechi is my name, and I represent Ndokwa Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Delta State. I stand before you this morning to present this very important motion of urgent public importance titled Impending Health Crisis in the Healthcare System in Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and the urgent need for immediate intervention and upgrade of health facility in FCT. The House knows that the alarming strain on the healthcare system in the Federal Capital Territory, with government hospitals and medical facilities being severely overstretched, resulting in a critical shortage of bed spaces and medical personnel. Aware that the population of the FCT has surged significantly over the past 2 decades, while many of the existing government hospitals were constructed several years ago with little or no expansion to match the growing demand for healthcare services. Further aware that the patients in need of critical medical attention are often left unattended to or subjected to long waiting hours due to the unavailability of hospital beds and limited capacity of existing facilities, leading to preventable loss of lives on a daily basis. Concerned at the lack of sufficient medical personnel, including doctors, nurses, and other healthcare workers, further exacerbates the crisis, reducing the quality of care and increasing the burden on the few available staffs. Worried that if immediate interventions are not made, the healthcare crisis may escalate to unimaginable levels, undermining the right to healthcare and threatening the well-being of residents in the nation's capital. Convinced that the strategic review and upgrade of health infrastructure in the FCT, along with the comprehensive recruitment drive for medical professionals, will address the urgent needs and ensure better health outcomes. The House resolved urge the Federal Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the FCT administration, to immediately assess the state of health facilities in the FCT with the aim of identifying critical areas of expansion, upgrade, and resource allocation. Constitute an ad hoc committee to conduct a comprehensive investigation into the current state of healthcare facilities in the FCT and submit a report within 4 weeks with a recommendation for improvement. call on the federal government to declare a state of emergency in the healthcare system of the FCT, ensuring that emergency funds are released for the upgrade of hospitals, recruitment of medical personnel, and acquisition of critical medical equipment. Encourage the FCT administration to partner with the private sectors, stakeholders, and international health agencies to boost capacity in the short term and while long-term solutions are being implemented. And finally, Mr. Speaker, urge the federal government to design a long-term healthcare infrastructure development plan that aligns with the growing population of the city, ensuring sustainable and quality healthcare delivery. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I so move.
Any seconder? Honorable Shaba.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Respected colleagues, my name is Honorable Dr. Hamed Adamusawa. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kwara State and I represent the good people of Edumoro Party Federal Constituency. I rise this morning to second the motion ably moved by my colleague. I so second. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion will be referred to another committee to be constituted in due course. The next motion is coming from Honorable Barrister Mohammed Bello Shehu, member representing Frage Federal Constituency of Kano State. Honorable Shehu, please can you proceed?
Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Barrister Mohammed Bello Shehu, representing the people of Frage Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning to urge the House and your honorable self to suspend Order 8, Rule 5, to enable me move this motion of urgent matter of public importance on the need for the federal government to rescue Nigerians living in Saudi Arabia over the years affected by recent reforms initiated by the Saudi authorities. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Any seconder? If you are wearing a red cap, unless you are ready to take further instruction from me, I can yield the floor to you. Honorable Zaini, are you one of those?
No, sir.
So
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
Mr. Speaker.
And then I will send you to Sardauna, he will brief you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable Hassan Sheikh Hussein. I represent the good people of Nasarawa Federal Constituency, Kano State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion, heavily moved by my colleague, Honorable Bello Mohammed Shehu. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Second leg of the motion, any seconder? Honorable Kusada.
The Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues, I am Abubakar Yahya Kusada. I represent Kankia Kusada Enga Federal Constituency. I am from Katsina State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the second leg of this motion. I so second. Thank you very much.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Barrister, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my distinguished honorable colleagues. The House notes that the history of migration dated back to the human existence, and it involved movement of people from one destination to another. Human migration, Mr. Speaker, is driven by environmental, economic, political, and social factors. This movement introduced humans to areas where they had previously not lived. Also note that formal relationship between Nigeria and Saudi Arabia began since independence, but informally it dates back to the 10th century. Saudi Arabia is one country that hosts quite a number of migrants from across the globe, and Nigerians inclusive. Again, note that greater percentage of Nigerians who migrated to Saudi Arabia at initial are basically traders, while in recent years they include manual workers, most of whom were employed by individuals and or corporate organizations. These categories of Nigerians were legally documented and issued igama, what we refer to in Nigeria as a green card. Aware that the Saudi authorities in August 2024 introduced significant reforms and affected the labor laws more than any other sector of the economy. The initiated reform include revised definition of assignment and resignation, non-renewal of work permit, domestic workers regulation, among others. Disturbed that the reform have affected so many Nigerians living in Saudi Arabia for years with large families. The reforms had pushed some of them out of their jobs, while some of them are faced with high fees for renewal of their documents and other permits. Some domestic workers, such as drivers, were laid off. They can't afford renewal and can't exit the country as they possess no means of paying accumulated overstayed. Further disturbed that the aspect of urban renewal of the reform has further worsened their situation, as most of the properties they can afford to rent came under demolition to pave way for the development of the city. This worrisome development has exposed some Nigerians to untold hardship and pushed their children out of school. Concerned that the executive arm, through the Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs, have not adequately engaged the Saudi authorities with a view to securing a window of amnesty for our citizens and or propose workable ways that may see to the evacuation and return of Nigerians back home. Cognizant of the fact that countries such as the United Kingdom, Greece, Belgium, Portugal, and most recently the United Arab Emirates had at a point used amnesties on immigrants. Hence, the call for the Saudi authorities to consider amnesty for Nigerians willing to return home. Resolved, Mr. Speaker, to mandate the committee, House Committee on Foreign Affairs, Interior, Diaspora, and Muslim Pilgrimage to engage the executive arm, ensure a negotiation of amnesty window for Nigerians living in Saudi Arabia who are willing to return back home, and also ensure their safe evacuation and report to the House in 6 weeks. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Any seconder to this motion? Honorable Ali Madaki.
Mr. Speaker, my highly respected colleagues, Aliyu Sani Madaki is my name. I represent the Ala Federal Constituency of Kano State. I stand to second the motion as ably moved by my brother. Mr. Speaker, I do second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Foreign Affairs, Interior, Diaspora, and Muslim pilgrims for further legislative action. The last but not the least is a motion coming from Honorable Sesi Oluwaseun Wingam. Honorable Wingam, if you are around, please can you rise and move your motion?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My esteemed colleagues, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I rise.
Honorable Bukar. Please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, my honorable members, I rise under 8 Rule 6 of standing orders of this honorable House to seek leave to move a motion on a matter of urgent public importance. This pertains to the escalating cholera outbreak in my constituency, which has claimed lives and threatens thousands, compounded by the prolonged power outage that has crippled access to clean water and health care service. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder to the first leg? Honorable Larry.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Respected colleagues, Ari Mohammed Abdulmuni is my name. I hold the title of Shatima Nasrawa Makamadogo. I represent the blessing people of Nasrawa to the constituency, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion, every move. The first leg of the motion, every move by a colleague, and I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Second leg of the motion. Honorable, my name, please stand up and second the motion. The Bayelsa man. Batema, is it?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, I bear the name of a whole district in Abuja. So once you remember my Tama, that is my name, sir.
Almost.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
In pronunciation. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Mr. Speaker, in whom we are well pleased, distinguished honorable colleagues, my name is Honorable Chief Mitema Obodo. I speak for and represent Ogbea Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, in my view, the motion before you is urgent enough to be heard. I therefore give credence to the second leg of the motion. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Chesi, please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The House is devastated by the suspected cholera outbreak in the Zongo community, Seme area, Badagry West, LCDA, Lagos State, claiming lives and threatening a public health catastrophe. The House is heartbroken that residents, especially women and children, face severe cholera symptoms due to contaminated water, poor sanitation, and a collapsed healthcare system, worsened by the relocation of the Nigerian Air Force Mother and Child Care Hospital. The House is alarmed that a 4-year power outage has crippled water system, vaccine storage, and health facilities, directly fueling the spread of cholera. Fearful that without urgent action by the federal and Lagos state governments, the outbreak could spread nationwide, endangering countless lives. The House is outraged that this neglect violates Section 14(2)(b) of the Nigerian 1999 Constitution as amended, mandating the welfare of the people. The House therefore resolves to 1. Commend local health workers and volunteers risking their lives to combat this crisis. 2. Urge the Federal Ministry of Health and NCDC to deploy surveillance teams, medical resources, and awareness campaign to Badagry West LCDA immediately to contain the outbreak. 3. Call on the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster and Management, Social Development, and coordinate urgent relief, including clean water and sanitation facilities. Order the Federal Ministry of Power and Rural Electrification to immediately restore electricity to Badagry West LCDA urgently to support water systems and health facilities. Lastly, observe a minute silence for lives lost, committing to swift action to save others. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Please do.
Any seconder? Our dear sister.
Honorable Speaker, the People's Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, my name is Regina Akume, representing the good people of Bokutaka constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Benue State. I rise this afternoon, to second the motion moved by my dear colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to committees on healthcare services, power, rural electrification, and emergency and preparedness for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, shall we rise for a minute silence? May their soul rest in peace. Honorable members, the business of the day is presentation of 11 bills. I now invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Labour Act Amendment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal College of Vocational and Skill Acquisition College, Ojoto, Anambra State Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Teaching Hospital, Oba, Anambra State Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery, Ojoto, Anambra State Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Vocational and Entrepreneurship Training Center, Ojoto Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Women's Health and Surrogacy Protection Bill 2025, first reading. National Institute for Film Production and Entertainment Industry Village Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Federal Institute of Technical Education and Skills Acquisition, Mbaise Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. National Emergency Call Center and Shortcut Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. National Independent Project Monitoring and Evaluation Agency Establishment Bill 2025, first reading. Real Estate Development Bank Bill 2025, first reading.
Honorable colleagues, the first order of the day, the second order, the third order, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, and the eighth, and the ninth are all third reading bills. So with your kind permission, I'm going to combine them all before I call on the House Leader to move for their adoption. The first order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish National Eye Center, DOMA, for the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of eye, coordination of research, training of specialists in eye diseases, and other supporting fields, and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Tuesday, 28 May 2025. The second order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the National Tobacco Control Act 2015 to cure certain defects in the Act, ensure its effective implementation in Nigeria, and address the lacuna that may be easily exploited by the tobacco industry in Nigeria, and impose TIFA penalties for smoking of tobacco in public places and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Tuesday, 28 May 2025. The third order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Institute of Health Service Administrators of Nigeria to provide for the control, health, administration, and regulation of the activities of its members and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Tuesday, 28 May 2025. The fourth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Health Technology, Song, Adamawa State, and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Thursday, 15th May 2025. The fifth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend Federal Medical Centers Act 2022 and establish Federal Medical Center Wesley Girl Elisha, Osun State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Tuesday, 20th May 2025. The sixth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Dental Technology and Therapy, Birnin Kebbi State, to provide for courses leading to the award of degrees, diplomas, and certificates in dental technology, dental therapy, and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Tuesday, 20th May 2025. The seventh order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the Federal College of Nursing, Midwifery and Health Sciences, Damagun, Fune, Yobe State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Tuesday, 20th May 2025. The eighth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act 2022 and establish Federal Medical Center Obupa, Enugu State, and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 20th May 2025. The ninth order of the day is the third reading of a bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act 2022 and establish Federal Medical Center Ampa, Kogi State, and for related matters, standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 20th May 2025. I therefore call on the House Leader to move that the bills order 1 to 9 be read the third time.
Thank you very much, my great speaker. I'm Professor Julius Ihanvere, representing only the good people of Owa Federal Constituency, Edo State. I rise to move that the following bills be read the third time. SB 193, HBs 47 and 1151, HB 935, HB 1017, HB 1871, HB 1624, HB 1022, HB 348, and HB 1855. As I said, move that they should be read for the third time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for the third reading of 9 bills. Orders 1 to 9 under bills. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to establish National Eye Center Doma for the prevention, diagnosis, and treatment of eye, coordination of research, training of specialists in eye diseases and other supporting fields and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to amend the National Tobacco Control Act 2015 to cure certain defects in the act, ensure its effective implementation in Nigeria, and address the lacuna that may be easily exploited by the tobacco industry in Nigeria, and impose steeper penalties for smoking of tobacco in public places and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish Institute of Health Service Administrators of Nigeria to provide for the control of health administration and regulation for the activities of its members and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish Federal College of Health Technology, Song, Adamawa State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to amend Federal Medical Centers Act 2022 and establish Federal Medical Center, Wesley Guild, Ilesha, Osun State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to establish Federal College of Dental Technology and Therapy, Birnin Kebbi State, to provide for courses leading to the award of degrees, diplomas, and certificates in dental technology, dental therapy, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to provide for establishment of Federal College of Nursing and Midwifery and Health Sciences, Damagun Fune, Yobe State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act 2022 and establish Federal Medical Center, Obupa, Enugu State, and for related matters. Third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Federal Medical Centers Act 2022 and establish Federal Medical Center, Ankpa, Kogi.
Independence and functions of the Office of the State Auditors General for local governments and the Federal Capital Territory Area Councils to strengthen fiscal oversight, promote accountability, and enhance governance, good governance at the grassroots and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 7th May 2025. I now invite the House Leader to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you again, Mr. Speaker. Professor Julius Ihonvere, Owan Federal Constituency, Edo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move that a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Cap C-23, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to provide for establishment, independence, and functions of the Office of the State Auditors General for local governments and the Federal Capital Territory Area Councils to strengthen fiscal oversight, promote accountability, and enhance good governance at the grassroots and for related matters, HB 2288, be read a second time. I so move.
The Minority Leader, please can you second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, the bill just taken by the House Leader, it's well thought out, one that is coming at the right time, and I cannot but support this bill for second reading. I so support.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members. A bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Cap C-23, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria.
Honorable Sarki Sesi, please can you find your seats?
For establishment, independence, and functions of the Office of the State Auditors General for local government and the Federal Capital Territory Area Councils to strengthen fiscal oversight, promote accountability, and enhance good governance at the grassroots and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Constitutional Review for further legislative action. The 11th order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to alter the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Cap C-23, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to provide for the number of judges of the Federal High Court to be no less than 100, or such other number as may be prescribed by an act of the National Assembly and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 6th May 2025. I now invite the House Leader to move for the bill to be read a second time.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, Julius Ihonvere, representing the good people of our federal constituency, Edo State. Not last week.
Minority Leader, oh, you're done?
Yes, sir?
Are you done?
No, no, no. I have not moved it.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Mr. Speaker, point of order. Having reached a decision, the proper thing is for us to come by way of motion to rescind our decision.
Is this one of them?
This is one of them, yes, sir.
7 bills or thereabout were bundled together and treated. And there was debate as to whether particularly the second or third one should go through. And at that point, a motion was moved as to, the question was put as to whether ayes or nays, and obviously the nays had it. And I got up, Mr. Speaker, and moved another motion that we should take this, we should rescind our decision, take these motions, these bills, one by one. And that's the proper thing to do, rather than treating them. Madaki got up to ask that I should come by way of a substantive motion. So it was the definition of what a substantive motion was that was the issue. But the gavel did not go down on that. So when I went back through our votes and proceedings, I noticed that the gavel didn't go down.